All right, guys, live on BTM Afrika. My name is NYDJ, and with me is another beautiful guest. Trust me, not too old in the industry, but his music is doing magic. His productions are doing amazingly well. Anytime you hear, if you know, yeah. His name is Atown, and trust me, the first time I heard of him was a production he did for Sarkodie. The whole country was talking about him, like, yo, who is this new guy? Where is he from? I thought it was a foreign production, but this brother is a Ghanaian and he's been doing so well. Right. You're live on BTM Afrika. Atown is my guest. What's good, my brother?
Bro, Adeo.
Charlie Bibiaboko. Nice one. Nice one. Nice one.
Your side.
Charlie, by God's grace, we are managing. Atown.
Yeah.
Tell me. Atown, I most of the time prefer people who do more like myself. My name's at this point, myself trading, but so Atown,
it's actually Atown TSB.
Okay.
Atown TSB. I see most of the people mentioning
Atown.
Yeah.
It becomes easier for them.
Yes. But it's actually Atown TSB, just to make it more unique.
Yeah.
You get me? And Atown is actually an artist and a producer. I'm a rapper. I started as a rapper. And then I ventured into production because I realized most of the people I started working with earlier on didn't actually match up to my expectations.
Okay.
Like when it comes to beats, they actually didn't deliver
what you expected.
What I expected. So I actually sort of like, okay, Charlie, this thing I go feel make I go feel try make this beat sound like what I want to hear, and then rap on it. So Atown is an artist and a music producer, but right now I'm focusing more on the production. Yeah.
Is it because that fetch you more money? So you're like, Charlie, let me focus. My boy, when I cash no.
That please be where the cash is. Yeah.
I see that. But you said you started off as a rapper.
Yeah.
When was this?
It was like 2012. 2012, 20. I started rapping way back in SHS and all, you know, through tertiary and all. So, but when I got to tertiary, I stopped because I wanted to focus more on the production. And all because I realized people came to me more for production, and they were really amazed. Like they really loved my production like works. So I decided to focus more on the production and master the production. And then
who was the very first artist that came to you and gave you that commercial success with your production?
First artist, like I would say the first artist I worked with who gave me like as Modlo the Ghana boy. Modlo the Ghana boy, he's one of the good rappers out there, like dancehall kind of vibe. He's one of the few guys I started working with.
Okay.
And then later I met Kweku Smoke through Hoji.
Okay.
You get me? So through there I started getting my tracks out. My productions out, yeah.
And for now, all the big songs in the country that are in circulation, I mean, production from Sarkodie, productions from Kweku Smoke, you have La Hasolo, Nyesa Lau, which is doing very well. Great. Who did that intro? Is it Kweku Smoke?
Yeah, it's actually, that intro was actually from a rap.
Okay.
This side, from his
song,
this
side,
that he featured Kofi Mole on it. You know, so we were in the studio vibing one time, and then through his rap, he said it. And he was like, yo, Atown, this is it.
This should be an intro for you.
This is it. Cut this thing out and make it your signature, your new signature. And lo and behold, when that song dropped, it wasn't even a signature in the song. You get me? But when the song dropped, everyone was saying, if you know be, if you know be.
Yeah.
And then
And you're like, yo, I found it.
Yo, this is the thing.
Smoke should be taking some cash from you for that one, you know, because I mean, even before the song drops, that's what everybody is saying, and that really pushes their name out there so hard.
Like at the point in time, I was when the bleeding dropped from Sarkodie, I was using this signature and then I was using this signature Atown on them.
Yeah.
But I realized it was out there, people liked it, but it didn't actually put me on that
level.
Like this signature has put in me. So I'm pretty amazed, and I'm pretty like happy to get one of the
best signatures on some of these amazing joints.
Yo, it's crazy.
Beautiful. You've worked with so many artists. You mentioned some of them. How difficult or easy is it working with these talents, especially when you look new in the industry compared to some of the old folks we know? Like, how is it like working with them?
At first it was a little challenging because they were expecting like when they hit me up, when those artists, when those mainstreams hit me up, they go like, yo, Charlie, I want this, and you would have to make sure you deliver
exactly what they want.
Yes, to their expectations. And I would say I've really been grooming myself for this time, for this day, because I started way back, you know. So the streets kind of knew me, the likes of Young Pabi, the likes of LJ, they all knew me way back. That was from 2012, 2013. I was up down there, you know, working so hard, you know. So when I met Kweku Smoke, that was in 2017, late 2017. Okay. 2018, we started working professionally. Yeah. So there, everything just elevated. You know,
awesome.
We dropped the Shenhua Yedin. I worked with Nanaburo. That was actually like my first mainstream act I ever worked with Nanaburo. Okay. He dropped his comeback song. That was Dadana. Yeah. Yeah. So that track actually, you know, pushed me up there, and then Shenhua Yedin came, and then the hits started coming. You know. So when I actually got out there, everyone was like, yo, this guy, I know him. Yeah. He's been down there for a long time.
Because they've known you right from below.
Fact.
Interesting. Yeah. Let's look at Sarkodie's Bleeding project that you talked about. I mean, you were the only producer on that project.
Oh, I produced 2 songs.
You produced 2?
Yeah.
Yes, but I mean, a lot, and these are projects that people have spoken well of, people have talked so much of. Yeah. How was it like, I mean, working on 2 singles on that particular project?
It was great, you know. It was working with Sarkodie has been one of the most greatest achievements, you know, of my career when I, you know, and it was I quite remember linking up with Sarkodie. That was also through Nanaburo. Like when Sarkodie heard the songs, he was about to jump on for Kweku Smoke. He was like, yo, who is this guy? Yeah. Who is the producer behind these tracks? Because this is like way. And then I think they reached out to me. I was in the house then. And then we're like, yo, Sark said he wants to see you. Sark said,
how did you feel?
Yeah, I was like, how? It's like, yo. So Nanaburo actually called me. He was like, yo, I'll be deceiving you, send him some beat. I was like, yo, how am I going to start this? And I think that was 2014. I made a beat for Sarkodie. 2014. Okay. You know, and I kept that beat. Yeah, I was like, no, I'm not giving this beat to anyone. Whoa. Yes.
You were hopeful that one day you're going to give that beat to Sarkodie.
So when they reached out to me, I was like, yo, I'm going to add these beats to the Bleeding and then Angels and Demons and then add it and then send it to them. So when they called me, I was like, okay. I went straight to the studio. I started cooking the beats. I cooked Bleeding and I cooked Angels. I just sent him 3 beats. That was all.
And he used both of them?
Yeah, he used everything.
Wow. Yes. Wow. As a producer, what would you say is the biggest challenge for Ghanaians as a producer? Because I do understand that most of the time, split sheets do not work. People just want to pay off just a peanut. Like you said, Sarkodie, for instance, is a big star. For you, it's a big deal for you to be working with Sarkodie. So it's like, Charlie, my man sending money, blah, my hit it. Is that the concept? Is that one of the challenges as a producer?
I wouldn't, it's, you know, as creatives, you know, when you're coming up as a creative, you face so many challenges. You go through so many difficult times because some people would like to hear you. Some people would like to feel you. Actually, they want to actually know what you can do before they can actually give you something. They can actually pay you what you're worth.
Yeah.
You get me? So I think it's a challenge. It's actually one of the biggest challenge in the game right now as young producers coming up. But like I said, I've paid my dues.
Yeah,
you know,
you've done it from the underground to now.
Underground.
You have some of the biggest songs in the country.
Fact. So with all those underground I used to work with time, I started charging. With time, I started charging. So when I got to work with Kweku Smoke and all, I was charging like normal. You get me? So
what normal means, because I want to start recording, so maybe if I try and do some susu before I come to Atown.
That one, if chambers, we can talk about it. You know, so I started, but it's a challenge. Like I said, it's a challenge. Young acts, young producers face, but I just feel it's time. You get me? It's time. With time, you get there. With time, you when you know your worth.
Yeah.
I don't think you'll be actually doing free works. You get me? But you know, there are some works that will put you on a level.
Yeah.
And then you take it from there. Yeah.
So you need to put in the sacrifice. Eventually will pay off.
Yeah.
What would you tell other creatives who use your materials? What would be your advice to them? Like you said, I mean, yes, you might be young coming up, but the material is the material. The production is hard, it's what you want to use. So what would you tell the musicians and all those who want to use your works so that there's that level playing grounds for everybody to benefit?
I just want to tell them to invest in their craft. You know, when you have a talent, you don't actually sit on it. You don't actually go in for free works. You know, as the artist, like as an upcoming artist, when you have a talent, you don't actually sit on your talent. You just have to go hard. Like you meet Atown, you don't actually come to Atown and be like, oh, Atown, Charlie, give me free beats. Nah,
you can't even approach that way.
You can't do that. You get me? You know, mechajo.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you actually have to work. And recently, people coming to me come because they know when they come to Atown, it's serious work. It's legit. Like, you come to work.
Yeah.
No play. Yeah, so I just feel young acts should actually invest in their craft. They shouldn't actually be like, oh, Charlie, I no get, and you're doing free works, and when it hits for you, then you just go on, and then you feel, nah. I just feel all young acts should invest, and producers as well should buy materials. Like they should actually invest in their crafts, and they're going to get them.
And that's something that every creative should be paying attention to. Invest in your craft, put in more into your work, because that is what's going to pay you. That's what you depend on. So why don't you put your back in it? Even if you have to sacrifice and make all the investment, do it, because eventually it's going to pay off. Atown TSB is my guest on the TSB. Sorry, Atown TSB is my guest, and he what is the TSB?
The South Boy.
The South Boy.
Yeah,
oh, okay.
South Boy. I'm from Labadi. I'm Ghana. So.
Oh, okay. So at least for the first time, he's got to explain that on BTM Afrika, you know, so that I give him the right name anytime you catch up on him. Are you looking at putting your own projects out now, like, or you forgotten the rap?
Actually, last year I dropped a project with Kweku Smoke, a joint project with Kweku Smoke, We Rage.
Yeah, We Rage,
yeah, my first tape, that was like a 5-track tape. It did well, it did very well, and I'm looking forward to dropping 2 projects this year.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to putting so many acts on the project. I think I want to drop 2 albums actually, earlier on today. So yeah, I've started working on the album.
Is it going to be you solely, or are you going to have other artists on there?
I'm not going to sing. I'm not going to rap. I'm just going to putting
different artists all together. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Awesome, guys. It's been BTM Afrika. My guest has been Atown TSB. Yeah, I got it right this time. I didn't sacrifice the name, and it's been wonderful having you on the show today. I'm so grateful, and I know that Ghanaians are going to check out your productions and all that. So how do they check you out? I mean, social media?
Social media, Atown TSB together. IG, Atown TSB, Twitter, Atown TSB, Facebook, Atown space TSB. Yeah.
So that's how you get to check him out. I'm pretty sure you enjoyed this conversation. Check out his productions. And let me find out, who has it been really tough working with? When I swear, ding pong.
One of you,
Kweku smoke.
That's what they rock.
I need to I said
That's what they. Or best to person we coffee.
So no say jumo yen. O see she invest. So if o better house o better.
Sometimes you have to, give yourself time.
Some breathing space and.
But on the bus momo ba. Omo studio gbe for omo.
Oh, me so make coffee.
Omo jinami to sa.
Amazing. They also know what they want. Obviously, when they come in, then they are coming in hard. But thank you very much for speaking to us once again.
Thank you
on BTM Afrika. Guys, remember to subscribe to the channel and of course leave your comments. Thank you very much for watching. Catch you some other time.